Hey, it's Joker Dark Rider, and I have some pretty big news, two in fact, of something that's two things that are going to be coming up on the channel. One more distant than the other. First off, I should also mention that if anyone, like, you guys have probably seen me mention about the game raffle at some point. If that and Jurassic World doesn't interest you, just skip to this time. This is where, like, you'll see a time up here that says when the other updates information is mentioned. But for now, I made a joke a while back with Jade and a few of the others where I was talking about how with the Jurassic World series, I thought that, like, when the series was over, I would take that sandbox island that literally you just do whatever the hell you want with, and I would turn that into a battle, kind of like a battling arena type thing, like a Dino Fight Club. Now, I do still plan to probably do that, maybe, like, in case you guys want to see just me to release every single dinosaur at once and see who survives, or every single predator at once and see who survives the gigantic, like, predator match of the century, or whatever you want to call it. But then I got to thinking, I have a game raffle that I want to do, but I didn't know how I was going to do it that would be fair and fun. Because I wanted it to be something where you guys could, like, enjoy it, you guys could be participating with us in it, and at the same time it's like, I didn't want it to feel like you guys were, like, having to jump through hoops or pay to get these games, because this is kind of like a gift, like, not to be something just me just selling them. So I was racking my brain, and then I thought, why not have a tournament style battle royale? Now, I've got all the ideas and rules for it, but the way it's going to work is like, in the description below you'll find a poll. Now, I found a better site to use polls with, because not only will it, like, you're allowed one vote per IP address, so I believe that means you can't from the same computer you can't multiple vote for it. But what happens is the poll will include literally every single carnivore and most of the armored herbivores. There's a small few that it doesn't include, but that's because they're not like, they die pretty quickly against most of their targets, except for maybe, like, I don't know, if you got lucky and had some of the herbivores fight each other. But the way it works is you have the list and you're able to vote for more than one dinosaur, but you're only allowed to cast one vote, and you put your name right at the bottom. There's a box where you type in your name. It could be anonymous, it could be your actual name, and you could vote for which dinosaurs you want to see fight. Now, here's the kicker. I am going to pick 10 people from not only from that poll, like, I will look at the people that have voted, and then I will watch comments, because on that exact series of Jurassic World Evolution, I would actually like to make sure that people aren't just doing it for the poll and not even attempting to watch our videos, because that's just someone trying to cash in on free games, and it doesn't help the people that have actually been sticking by us. So, on our Jurassic World series, if people can get it to, like, say, I don't know, if you do something small, like, say, we get each of my Jurassic World videos to, like, 5 views each or something like that, or, I don't know, every single episode, give a question about the episode, or hell, even just mention a dinosaur that you saw in the video that you liked, like something that I released during that episode, or hell, in the very first episode, mention what your favorite dinosaur is. Stuff like that. Just something to go to actually make sure that, like, I actually see there are people interacting and listening on the video. Because what will happen is, with the people that put their names in the poll system. I get to see exactly who is commenting and who is voting. At the same time, I get to see who is copying. I get emails and stuff of who comments on our videos, so that way I can easily respond. I can match up to make sure it's like, oh, this person's done that, that's a good sign. Because 2 people I know that will possibly, if not probably, be entered in the tournament, because I've only got 10 spots for the actual tournament itself, and 2 spots I think I know will have filled, depending. Because I know Suki, being one of our most avid viewers and commenters, being that she comments on almost every single video, she probably has like a guaranteed spot in the tournament somewhere. And same with, I believe, William's friend Peter. If he is watching this, then if you are interested, you do technically have a spot. You just have to let me know, or just let me know directly that you are interested in this. But the way it works is when the series is finished, I will look at the poll, look at the people that have voted, and depending on what happens, like say if we have like 6 or 7 dinosaurs that are all, I don't know, say we have like 6 or 7 that are all between 25 to 30 on the rankings, I will let people pick which dinosaur, like out of the 10 people that are participating, I'll let them pick which dinosaur they want as their team. And I do not mind if everyone picks, because even if all 10 people in the tournament pick T-Rex, we have enough skins that it will be easy to determine whose team is whose. So that won't be a problem. That'll be fine. But yeah, I will have it set up and everything, and the way the tournament itself is going to work is it's going to be a split elimination tournament. Now when I say split, it refers to what happens after the first round. Because in the first round, of course you have 5 matches of 1v1, and you have 5 winners and 5 losers. Now, the 5 winners will go on to the second stage of the tournament, where they will have 2 people in 1v1s, but you'll have 1 person who will be randomly chosen who will be moving on to the next round automatically. We will make sure that the person that is selected is fair, like whether we have to go through like 3 or 4 different randomizing methods just to make sure of that, but we will make sure that is fair. Now, with the people that lose that first round, they're not just out. I have 10 game codes, so every single person in the tournament will get a game code. But the way it's going to work is those final 10 people, well, those 5 people that were just eliminated, they will go into a second tournament, and it will react similar to how the second stage of the first one is working. So you'll have 1 person that gets a bye, and 2 people that are having 1v1s. And then afterwards, the way the finals work, both for the lower tournament and the higher tournament, is the last 3 contestants will have a battle royale, and that will determine who goes where, like the bottom 5 and the top 5. But if for anyone wondering how I get the exact rankings, this is how. When it comes to the final 3, it's like throughout the entire tournament, what's going to happen is every single person will have a team of 3 of the exact same dinosaur. So I will have, on any of the dinosaurs that we have, none of them will have their stats changed even in the slightest. They will all remain 100% normal. But as for, or hell, maybe I will add, on every single dinosaur, I'll add the strongest attack and or defense ratio mutations on them, so that way they're battle ready. Excuse me. So that way they're battle ready, but I thought about just making it just no stat changes at all, so that way they're unchanged, they're technically base and they're fair. That's if everyone picks T-Rex, that would make it even easier, but everyone's free to choose what they want. But the way it's going to work is, for the first 2 rounds, everyone will have a team of 3 of the exact same dinosaur, and it will be 2 of them fight until one dies, then the winner will be airlifted out and the next 2 will be sent out, and that will happen until we have someone who has killed, like when at least one entire team is dead. When one team is dead, then we will see who got the best points. So like say if the player 1 got a point for a kill, then player 2, then player 3. If the player 1 got like the first kill, player 2 got the second kill, but player 1 got the third kill, player 1 would win because he got like 2 out of those 3 were his win. So it'll be kind of similar to that. The only time it will change is during the final stage, which is the Battle Royale system, where instead of the dinosaurs being airlifted out, what will happen is all three members launch out. They will fight at the same time, but the moment one of the T-Rexes die, another one from that one's team will be sent out automatically, and that will keep happening until there's only one left standing. And the way it's going to work there is the fact that they'll keep getting sent out. You don't have to worry about like spacing and all that. And whoever's left standing, of course, will be first. They'll be first place. The person they killed just then to become first will be going to second, because that's the second person to survive the longest, and same with third place. When it comes to the people that lost in second round, they will be a bit different. The people that lost in that second round to have our final 3, they will be going on at the exact same time. It's more a fact of who died first. Because what I can do is I can make separate cages and then fence off a wall between the cages, so I can release all 4 of what dinosaurs are fighting at that time, and you'll have 2 cages split in half. You'll have all 4 released. I'll just remove the middle walls from each pen, and then it will equal both of them fighting at the same time. Whoever has their team killed first, out of that, will be put into 5th place, and the other person will be put into 4th place because they survived longer. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is that I've got plenty of rules to set up for this, and I've got plenty of ideas that I'm going to set up, and I will cement it closer to the time that the tournament is ready. But the other part is that for the lower tier, because as you know, or at least for those that have played the game, there is kind of a weight class. There's a certain weight class where dinosaurs won't fight. So, for instance, a Dilophosaurus, although it will threaten a T-Rex, it will not fight one. Where, in this case, to solve that, the weight class is going to be divided between the larger and smaller tournament. So, the larger tournament is going to include most of your mutations. It's going to include all of the armored dinosaurs, and it's going to include the big carnivores. Whereas the little tournament, it's going to include strictly those smaller dinosaurs. The small tournament's going to include Herrerasaurus, Velociraptor, Dilophosaurus, and that's how that's going to work. So it makes it that they'll actually fight, and it'll be fair. Now, of course, most people would say, well, if everyone picks Velociraptor, and that's how would we work it? And that's luckily enough, thanks to the Dr. Wu thing, I can set a Velociraptor to literally only want one of itself around. So I can literally have it so that way, the moment 2 Velociraptors are in the same pen, I could have them absolutely pissed off at each other and trying to kill each other. Now, I don't think that'll be the case. I think I'll probably, in the lower tournament, have their teams mixed matched, because the smaller the dinosaur you get, the more they're willing to be in a big group. So I'd probably rather just having it smaller in a bit, in a way. But we'll see for now. And of course the exciting bit is the prize system, because I have 10 Steam game codes, As you would have seen by some of the images in the thumbnail, you would have already guessed what some of them are, but I will explain all 10. And for some people that are worried of how the prize system will work and if it will be even worth competing, the thing is though, no prize is set in stone. In other words, some of these games are a lot better than others, but just because they're better does not mean they're guaranteed for only the top people. I thought about it the other day as well, and I was thinking about this idea, and I'm like, well, what happens if someone goes first and they don't want like one of the best games on here, they actually wanted one of the smaller games on here? Well, why not let them pick? So pretty much when the tournament time comes and I won't be doing any of the prizes until the entire tournament is over and we have a definitive win. And then in the ratings of how people win or lose, that will be determining on where they will be able to pick. So like first place, we'll be able to choose any of the 10 games and claim it. Then second place will follow, picking out of the remaining 9, then so on and so forth, until last place will of course get whatever the last game is. So at least, and like that's where the split tournament thing comes into play as well, because even if people lose that first initial round, it gives people that chance that they could come back in the second half of the lower tournament and still achieve to like at least 6th place or so that way they have at least somewhat of a choice between the remaining games. And there are quite a few on here that are good, so it's not like you're just going to be stuck with absolute crap. But yeah, I was thinking, like, I've been thinking about this for a while now, and how would you say it? God, sorry, I've lost my train of thought for a moment there. I was thinking about this for a while, and then I thought this was probably the best situation for it. And of course, the moment you're interested in, and yeah, I know I'm rambling a bit, but everyone that's watched our videos by now knows that I'm kind of an idiot and I kind of ramble a lot, so I do apologize. But I at least wanted to make sure I explain it to you, and at least this way you know it's more genuine, that I'm not just bullshitting. But these are the 10 games that people have a chance to win, and their symbols should be appearing here at one point, because I made sure I probably edited this video, but there's one I will explain that if you want to search it up, there's a bit of a loophole that you have to go around to do it. So first off, and they're in a weird order because like I put out the better ones I've kind of put at the bottom. So you got Carnival Games VR, XCOM Enemies Unknown Complete Edition. That's the weird one, because if you want to search that up, you have to type in XCOM Enemies Unknown. You want XCOM, not XCOM 2. But you type in XCOM Enemies Unknown into Steam, and there's a bundle called the Complete Edition. You can't just put in Complete Edition, otherwise it won't know what you're talking about, and it'll try to default to XCOM 2. So number 3, Spec Ops: The Line. Number 4 and 5 is NBA 2K20 and WWE 2K20. Number 6 is NBA Playgrounds 2. Number 7 is the Golf Club 2019. Number 8 is Darkness 2. Number 9 is Borderlands Game of the Year Enhanced. And number 10 is Borderlands The Handsome Jack Collection. Now, at least people know that there's some decent money's worth for this, but these are all Steam game codes. And as I said, the tournament will decide who gets what. So feel free to go down, and I'm not saying vote for all of them, but probably just vote for the dinosaurs that you would like to see actually fight, and then we can decide who's going to be actually used. Like, if we have a definitive winner, then we'll do that. But yeah, and by the time this all ends, I will probably have, I'll see as far as I can get with my 10, if I can at least get 10 people into this tournament idea, just for a little bit of fun at the end of the series. The only people that are excluded from said tournament is of course myself, William, Melvin and Jade, because we are the members of the Void. Suki, even though she's kind of the member of the Sub-Void, she is also one of our most active viewers that watches all of our videos and comments regularly on most of them with actual questions and comments. So she got a, if she's still interested, she probably has a guaranteed spot. But the other, and same with Patrick if he is interested. But as for the other 8, it really just depends on how that poll goes and what some people might be interested in. So that's something to look forward to. Now, I know I've been rambling for a while, but I do thank you for taking the time to watch this, or if you've skipped ahead to this point, welcome. The other big news I wanted to mention was during the end of this year, normally as few people that have watched our series, like our channel for a while now, you know at the end of the year, around November time, there's an event around here called Supernova, which is where we go there, we take the camera, we record people dancing with us that are in cosplay, and I edit it, put it on YouTube, and it's usually just for a bit of fun. Recently, I had gotten a message from Jade in our Discord about a really good song. Now, at first we were just joking about, like, first it started off as a joke making a Let's Get Random quarantine style, because as you know with quarantine on, it's getting easier now, but there's the whole lockdown thing, and there's a chance, because of how it's happened before, there is a chance that between now and November things could just spiral into craziness again, and Supernova could be closed, just shut. So that's a thing that we have to realize is a possibility. It may not happen, but it's still something that could. So in case Supernova didn't happen, we wanted a temporary extra additive to have this year, like as something that we put in the year to at least be the substitute Let's Get Random until we know definitively of not whether it's going to be open. And with quarantine on, we thought, why not have a bit of fun with it, make a Let's Get Random quarantine style. Now, the more we thought about it, the more we really liked the idea. The only thing was, like, we iron out the details. And I think the thing that really solidified it is Jade posted a video in our Discord. It's the song of it. This song will be in the description, and I highly recommend it. The song is called Lock Me Up, and it's a quarantine song by the Chalk Eaters, I believe they're pronounced. I do apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But I've watched this video countless times. It's like, don't get wrong, it's just a normal music video, but I've listened to this so many times. This song is really damn good, and I recommend it to anyone that's interested in, like, giving it a listen. As I said, the description, the link in the description below will have this song's this song's HTML, the link, the website link, whatever you call it. My brain's deciding to have a brain fart. But yeah, I went to their YouTube page and I thought I'd do something brave. I decided I'll email them. I went to their YouTube page, I got their direct business email, I emailed them telling them exactly what we were going to do. Like, I told them how we do the Let's Get Random every year, I explained what it was, just for a bit of fun. Like, usually the videos only go for about 4 to 5 minutes, except for one that is kind of an exception. And it was just a lot of fun, and I asked if we credited them, could we borrow or could we use their song. Amazingly enough, it wasn't actually that, like, it was only a little while after that. It was literally within 12 hours, I just don't know the exact time. But the songwriter actually emailed me back from that channel, and they were happy with it. They were quite accepting of it, and said that they literally just said sounds like fun, yeah, we're allowed to use it as long as we credit them, which I am more than happy to do, and I am greatly appreciative of it. Like, I will, of course, like, I told them I would put it in both the description and in the video, which I'll happily do. So, like, on that video, the Let's Get Random, when it's done, the Let's Get Random quarantine style, it'll have it, the song, not only mention, like, at the end of the video, I'll have, like, the crediting them as well, but in the description of the video, I'm actually going to probably copy the links and stuff they have in the description for their video, just like the get buy the song here, the Spotify, like all the things that could support them. I'm happy to put in the video because of how gracious they've been. Like, he or she, I do not know if, like, I do not know of their gender, so I do apologize, but they were very much cool with it, and I was really surprised by that. I've messaged a few YouTubers in the past about borrowing songs, just if we credit, or just plain seeing if there are YouTubers who make really good songs, if we saved up and paid for them, how much would it cost, and we never got replied back. So getting a reply back was amazing. We kind of hope we don't disappoint them, but I think they get the idea of kind of what type of video, like how it's just for a little bit of fun, so I don't think they would be expecting anything over the top, but we do hope we don't disappoint. Yeah, but the one thing that's going to be great about the Let's Get Random is you guys can participate. Now, with both the thing I mentioned earlier with the game tournament, and like with the Jurassic World tournament and this, the one thing that they can tie them both with you guys is the fact of, in the description below, we'll also have our Discord channels link. So if you want to join that, feel free to join the community and have some fun. It's kind of small now, but that's expected. But yeah, everyone's free to come in, you can ask us questions directly. But one thing you can do is the fact that for, say, the tournament, I can, if I actually have the people in the tournament on Discord, I can send them the code to each game directly, so that way they don't have to wait, they can just go onto their Steam, redeem the code, easy. And that way there's no, like, middleman or anything. Whereas for the Let's Get Random, one thing we always like to do is we like to include other people. Now, we of course understand that there's still kind of lockdown quarantine things, and it would make sense for people just to be dancing in their own houses. But if people have a way, being it through a Gmail thing, through like some type of sharing platform, through, hell, email or anything, if there are people that are wanting to join us in the Let's Get Random, if you can send me a 20-second clip of you dancing, feel free, because I am it's always just for a bit of fun, and we always like to add our community, or just add people wanting to have some fun into the video and just dancing. Of course, there is a line, so no over the top vulgarness or nothing that's life threatening. Please don't injure yourself or put yourself in dangerous situations for this stuff. But the way it's going to work is, I keep saying that and I apologize, I'm just repeating myself in some cases, but yeah, when it comes to the Let's Get Random, if you guys can find ways to send me 20-second clips of you dancing, like in your hallway, in your house, something that kind of reflects quarantine, feel free. It doesn't even matter if you can't dance, because neither can most of us. I mean, Jay's probably the only one out of us that actually can be considered dancing. The rest of us are kind of just flopping around. Well, actually no, William sometimes has good dance moves. So, he's a close second. But yeah, we're going to have a bit of fun with this. The only thing we're waiting on now is for William, because I know Jay and I have ways to record ourselves dancing. We just need William to record, to see if he actually has a solid way to record himself dancing in situations. But for now, that's about it. It's really exciting. We are beyond ecstatic that this is actually going to be a thing that's happening. But for now, my friend, hope you've enjoyed the video so far. I know it's been a bit long, but then again, this has been major announcements, so I do apologize, but I hope it's been entertaining for the very minimum of it. And this will probably be the most heavily edited updates video that has ever existed on the channel. This is an updates video that lasted the span of an episode. Shit. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video so much. The Void unedited, everybody. Even though I'm editing... Never mind that. But for now, my friends, make sure you hit the bell notification icon down below to be notified by any of our shenanigans that we post every weekend. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, check out the videos, and we shall see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.